1960, the China National Traditional Orchestra was founded. As a state-level traditional musical ensemble, it represents a milestone in the development of Chinese traditional music. Henceforth, ancient Chinese music would take on a new tone. In the 21st century, CNTO transitioned into a new era. It has set up a platform for the studies and practices of traditional music and become the largest traditional music performance ensemble in China, with the most consummate repertoire in the world. Looking back at the past 60 years, the orchestra has given birth to numerous renowned composers, conductors, musicians, and singers. Those famous names and splendid figures represent not only the honor of CNTO, but also the cultural imprint of an era. Here, the footprints of a traditional heritage march ever forward. The young inheritors carry forward the magnificent achievements of their predecessors and strive to make the voice of ancient China heard throughout the modern world. Delve deep into life and root among the people. As a state-level performance group, we are well aware that culture and music from a major nation is only influential and attractive when it's native and traditional. Over the years, our musicians have traveled to every corner of China, from countrysides to urban areas, to bring elegant, traditional music to everyday people. They toured far and wide, exploring the origins of traditional music. Regular, long-term support mechanisms have been set up. Quality resources have been shared to assist local traditional orchestras. Hand-in-hand cooperation has been carried out, identifying ethnic minorities and less developed regions as key aid recipients. CNTO has promoted the development of traditional music in different regions and among various ethnicities by strengthening the importance of traditional music heritage across the country. The completion of traditional concerts, Beautiful Xinjiang, Tibetan Spring, New Era in Northern Shanxi and Gansu, the Miao People musical opera Nyang's Ebsam, and UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage, the grand song of the Dong people, Love Songs in the Moonlight, demonstrates that CNTO has made full use of its role as a decisive and representative model. For the past 60 years, with unremitting efforts made by generations of musicians, CNTO has evolved from a small group to a solid team of musicians. The orchestra relies on these professionals and spare no efforts to train them. It focuses on encouraging positivity and proactiveness, especially in helping young musicians to further their careers by organizing recitals and commissioning new pieces tailored to their strengths. With the orchestra's help, these young musicians have become the backbone of CNTO, as well as a new force promoting Chinese traditional music around the world. As the largest traditional music performance ensemble with the most consummate repertoire in the world, Over the past 60 years, CNTO has created and adapted many classical traditional pieces, from well-known classics such as The Ambush from All Sides, The Reflections of the Moon on the Spring, to contemporary masterpieces sheltering the sentiments of millions of Chinese, such as Capriccio of the Great Wall and Spring Festival Overture, from major traditional concerts such as Grand Music from China, Enchanting Chinese music in splendor, Golden Echoes, Brilliance in Tough Times, to innovative traditional musical drama, Looking for Dufu, traditional oratorio, Elegy of the Earth, and traditional symphony, the great forerunner Sun Yat-sen. CNTO has seen major breakthroughs and focused on creating outstanding performances while fulfilling its mission to keep alive these traditions and integrate their ideological, artistic, and entertaining aspects into an organic whole. It demonstrates the vogues in cultural identity among different generations, showcases the cultural responsibility of passing down and innovating traditional music, and greatly contributes to the fecundity of artistic creation and performance. Since 2013, CNTO has embarked on a journey to innovative traditional music for a new era. On an average 2-year scale, it has successively released the innovative and influential work Chinese Music Trilogy, Traditional Musical Opera, Impressions, Chinese Music, Rediscover Chinese Music, and the world's first traditional instrument opera, Xuanzang's Pilgrimage. Since its debut, the trilogy has been performed over 200 times in China and was widely acclaimed by all areas of society. This is an outstanding cultural achievement in the creation and performance of contemporary traditional music. CNTO fully understands the nature of traditional music creation and the characteristics of traditional instrument performance. It has made major innovations to traditional orchestral works and performance while preserving the core characteristics of the traditional music. In 2019, Xuanzang's Pilgrimage was successfully performed at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Traditional music and Chinese stories mutually enhanced one another. This work represents the high artistic standards of a state-level institution. It was well received by overseas audiences as it bridged language barriers and cultural differences, as well as demonstrated a deep thoughtfulness and a strong sense of artistic appeal. In 1998, CNTO performed in the Wiener Musikverein and led millions of audiences to a trip through time and past prejudice. For many years, the orchestra has actively participated in cultural exchange activities with foreign countries, strengthening the international influence of Chinese music culture. They have traveled around the world to promote Chinese traditional music. It is our duty to build bridges of culture and friendship. Traditional instruments play new roles for a magnificent 60 years. We should the glory and dreams of these 6 decades hold our heads high and strive forward to an even more brilliant future for Chinese music.